Hello and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. For the last episode, we had our first, well, I say first investigation, but it's technically the second investigation of the case. It's the first investigation of the case which takes place in the Kingdom of Khura'in, and I've taken a bit of a break between the last episode and this episode, because the trial, the civil trial, which turned into a not civil trial between Apollo and Phoenix, did not leave me in the best headspace for recording videos. I probably should have taken a break immediately after recording episode 12, but I didn't. But I did take a break between episodes 13 and 14. Now here we are, May 18th, Temple. Maya passed out right after we found her in the tomb. I feel exhausted. I can't keep my eyes open. She's been out cold ever since. We haven't been able to get a word out of her. The doctor said it's just exhaustion, but I can't help but worry. Edgeworth! What is it, White? Are you alright? Yeah, just thinking is all. I'm glad you're here, Edgeworth. Who isn't glad when this man shows up? We wouldn't have gotten the permissions we have without you. But I didn't come all the way to Khura'in to be useless. Speaking of the investigation, I received a few things from Detective Sky. This should prove to be useful to us as well. Inget's autopsy report out to the court. Okay, are you just gonna transfer Apollo's inventory over to us? That's a yes. That's a big yes, actually. You're literally just transferring Apollo's inventory over to us. I can't thank you enough, Edgeworth. Honestly, I'd have been so lost without in these past few days. Aww. Huh? You're from the Garan Royal Guard, right? I am Lucky, Royal Guard member, and Her Eminence's shoulder rubber. That's very specific. And what does the royal shoulder rubber want with me? Wait, come to think. Don't be absurd! I'm here for one purpose only. I'm here to bring you before Her Eminence. Queen Garan, Grand Princess of Khura'in. Will you comply? The Queen? What could she want with me? And why does he have to shout like that? I don't know, but it's killing my throat already. It's been 2 minutes and my throat's already dead from doing his voice. I can't fathom why Queen Garan would summon you, but I advise you to accept Her Eminence's gracious invitation. Well, shoulder rubber Lucky, was it? May I join Mr. Wright in his audience with the Queen? Name's Lucky, law person be key, and all praising Her Eminence and Queen Garan. For she has already foreseen and approved your request, you prosecutor Edgeworth. You're about to come with me. Ha! My throat is already dead from doing that voice. You mean to say Queen Garan sees her every move? Yes, indeed. Her Eminence's spiritual power is immense. She can't ever see what's going on thousands of miles away. Oh my god. That's gotta be the worst voice I've ever done. What? I fear I'll lose my hearing next if we don't hurry. I fear I'll lose my throat next if we don't hurry. Yeah, me too. Why would the Queen herself summon me personally? What could she possibly be up to? Okay, well, can we chat with Edgeworth first? No, we can just do the, hey, what should we do thing. There is one thing I'd like to do, which is this, because apparently doing this reveals special dialogue options for every time you present that to a character. Still out as I see, I guess borders mean little in the face of your incurable habit. Well, I heard you used to present evidence left and right during your investigations too. That's a nice little reference. That was a long time ago. Besides, who did you hear that from? Oh, I have my sources. Oh, well, tell your source that I look forward to his next salary review. Okay. So the game hasn't completely forgotten that Gumshoe exists, but they may as well have forgotten that he exists. Come on, yeah. Bring Gumshoe back for the next game, you fools. Okay, well, that's about all I had to do, so let's go to the audience chamber, I guess. Okay, that shot was freaking incredible. Like the shot of Phoenix and Edgeworth turning together to face to the... Oh my god, that shot was incredible. The barbed head lawyer has arrived. We bid you welcome. And you as well, Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth. Thank you. This place is still as magnificent as last time. We have heard much about you, Barbed One. It seems your bluffs and tomfoolery tend to leave our court devastated in their wake. Is that what people have been saying about me? What? Where are your manners? Your Eminence, Your Eminence, glad to be here. Looks like you're doing well. It is alright. There's no need to keep your head bowed all day. Yes, Your Eminence. Rafe is not looking too good. So what can I do for you, Your Eminence? Wish to question you about something related to the case at hand. Perfect, because I have a few questions of my own. Well, let's get to asking.
We fear we do not fully comprehend what has transpired, so it is that we summon you here to further elucidate the situation. Is it true that our husband Inga had been seeking the Founder's orb?
That's right, he wanted to trade as a hostage for it. That's why he abducted Maya Fey.
Insolent fool!
Ow!
That is a lie I say, Father.
Oh my god, what do you mean? We have proof he was... You're so insufferable.
I will not stand and listen to that.
I don't want to stand here and listen to you either, but look where we are. Ow, 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 please, your benevolence.
That isn't quite enough, Rafa. We understand your feelings, but we fear he speaks the truth. But we believe we know why your father would do such a thing. Huh? We believe he was speaking the orb as a means of obtaining spiritual power, and with it he intends to usurp the throne. Mother!
What do you mean, your eminence?
Inga was planning a coup, for he was dissatisfied with the current administration, and his secret police was the primary instrument of his treason.
The secret police. They came up during the High Priest murder trial, too. An elite force under the direct command of the Minister of Justice, in this case, Inga. The man who was hunting down rebels as Lady Kira was a member of that group.
Indeed, Inga turned that once proud force into his own private army, and he intended on using it to launch a coup and assassinate us.
That's nice.
So your eminence had no control over them. As much as it shames us to admit it, Khura'in is not the unified realm that would appear to be. We are truly sorry you have had to witness the dirty underbelly of our kingdom. How could Father... But know that Inga could not have become king simply through our assassination, for in Khura'in, only those who possess spiritual power may sit on the throne.
I see, that explains why Mr. Inga was seeking the Founder's orb.
Bard One, do you recall the man known as
Peace, Love, and Understanding? How could I possibly forget?
He too was involved in Inga's machinations. Inga had bought his loyalty, ordered the man to steal the orb and cover up the theft.
And then he sent the orb to the US for Dr. Buff to study. It's all coming together.
The capture of the infamous villain Dirk Sadmati, it may prove to be the crowning achievement of our reign. Now perhaps the kingdom may return to the peace it once knew. Oh, what a joyous day.
I could see how our cronies would be elated at the prospect.
Father.
Rafa, on the other hand, doesn't appear to be taking it so well. Who cares? About that incident that occurred 23 years ago. The one in which Dirk was accused of assassinating Queen Amara.
Yes, he set fire to her private residence, burning my burning my dear sister alive. Only a demon would be capable of such a heinous crime, but that event also does set the stage for you to become queen. What did you do before you were crowned queen, your eminence? As part of our training to be queen, we served in many different governmental positions, the longest of which was as the previous Minister of Justice. It was in that position that we were best able to support our eldest sister, Queen Amara. Interesting, that's her husband's position, or at least it was. And when you ascended to the throne, you passed the Defense Culpability Act. Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. What prompted you to pass something like the Defense Culpability Act, your eminence? The assassination of our dear sister Amara. When the infamous villain Dirk Sadmati was apprehended, he announced that he would act as his own lawyer. That's right, Dirk used to be a lawyer. Dirk had been an extraordinarily talented lawyer and highly esteemed by the people, but he falsified evidence in an attempt to win his own case.
I see.
But when the truth of his fabrications and the assassination of the Queen came to light, the people were devastated, and trust in the legal system plummeted.
Now, why does that sound so familiar? Yeah, I wonder. Ha 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 funny! Remember that thing that happened in a pile of justice?
Please don't mind me of that terrible game, please. I'd like to forget that it ever existed. Anyway, let's keep going on before I remember even more things from that terrible, horrible, no good, very bad game. In Khura'in, the Hall of Justice is a sacred space where victims receive their last rites. Should the people lose their faith in it, the kingdom would be shaken to its very core. That is why the Defense Culpability Act had to be passed. It was the only way to keep our legal system from tumbling into the abyss.
So that's how you sought to eliminate the use of perjury and phony evidence, huh? But that law is what made lawyers go extinct in your kingdom. Now there's no one left to defend those who have been accused.
However, we have not been in the act of lawyering itself. Those who are confident that they can prove their client's innocence are always welcome to mount a vigorous defense, as you yourself have shown.
I guess so, but without lawyers, there's a possibility of false charges being filed and prosecuted.
So long as our prosecutors continue to run nothing but perfect trials, doesn't there be fear of stealing? Do you disagree?
Yes, because the past 3 trials, which would be 4 in Turnabout, the first trial in Right of Turnabout, and the second trial in Right of Turnabout, were not perfect trials for the prosecutor, no matter how you slice it.
Let's not get started down this path. And so it is, we no longer need lawyers, for the dead do not lie.
Well, in the short time I've been here, I've beaten back false charges twice, and I've found that cases built on the memories of the dead are less than perfect. So yes, I do take issue with the Defense Culpability Act, to say the least.
Oh, such relentless rhetoric, your reputation precedes you, Barred One. It feels as if we ourselves are being cross-examined. Oh, no, that wasn't my intention. It is true that some feel that the Defense Culpability Act is a necessary evil at best, but it is a small sacrifice upon which it's a small price to pay for salvation. If you consider executing innocent lawyers a small sacrifice, then sure. The fact is that following its passage, the crime rate here in Karine dropped markedly. Therefore, we have no regrets concerning the enactment of the Defense Culpability Act. Really? None at all.
Right, why don't we leave it at that? This isn't a court of law, after all.
Yeah, but it's gonna be soon enough.
About the Founder's Order that was to be exchanged for the hostage, it went missing after the murder. Would you happen to know anything about that?
It's missing? I'm sure Dirk had it when he went into the tomb. If it wasn't there, I had no idea where it could be, Your Eminence.
In that case, then perhaps Dirk has hidden it somewhere. Incidentally, there was the matter of that horned youth you were with.
Oh, you must mean Apollo.
From his odd hairstyle, may we assume him to be a relative, perhaps your younger brother?
No, you got it all wrong. He's Dirk's son. Well, more like foster son. They're not actually related by blood.
Dirk's? Royal Guard.
Oh, are they gonna send an assassin after him? Find Apollo and deal with him for me, please.
Thank you for your time, Scooby. You may go now.
Yes, Your Eminence, we'll be on our way.
Okay, now what? Apollo and Athena have the murder scene investigation covered, so maybe we should go speak with the locals over at the bazaar. Okay, well, let's get right on that, I suppose. What the...
What? Was that a lion?
Oh, that caught my surprise too when I first heard it. It's the cry of a local bird known as a warbat.
A bird? That sounds like that. Sounds more like a beast than a bird, if you ask me.
It's a form of mimicry. You know, they to help protect them against predators and stuff.
Yes, weird. Can't say I've heard one quite like that before.
Oh, it's more than unusual. It's endangered. It's extremely rare to encounter one in the wild these days.
If it's so rare, then what's one doing here in the middle of the bazaar?
You got me. Maybe it's got something to do with it being their national bird. What? Was that a gunshot? Dats. Hello, Dats. What was that, Dats? Another one of his hijinks, I'm sure.
The defending dragon's newest weapon to call these puppies dragons, not chaps.
Snaps. And you need those. Why?
Because our hard work is starting to pay off. Thanks to our TV signal hijacking and stuff, more people joining our cause. But wanting to counter that, the regime's been cracking down on us real tough like.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on lately.
You can say that again. I mean, what's with the high priest fake murder / suicide? People have gone to the DCA tragedy and it's causing a real public uproar.
Hopefully this means Terrell's death won't be in vain after all. So how exactly is a handful of firecrackers going to be of help to you guys anyway?
Simple, first let's supply to our fellow rebels, then we use them as a diversion when we need to shake around goons.
Huh?
Like this.
Whoa! Will you cut that out? I'm not with the regime and I'm not chasing you.
Ha
what a funny thing that just happened.
The X-Men's prices, PW. I guess I stole that warband too.
It's a miracle no one's trying to arrest him while he's too busy laughing. Oh my god. Will you just leave us alone already?
You are one of those insurgents, are you not?
Yay.
And he's gone. Those firecrackers are more useful than I thought.
Barthead,
Your benevolence, what can I do for you?
I wanted to speak with you.
Literally, please, anything but that. I don't want to speak to you.
About what my mother said. I do not believe a word of it. My father could not have been planning a coup.
Oh my god. Oh, please open your eyes. They're glued shut, apparently. Well, I can understand why you feel like that, but
It was a setup. Someone must have been plotting against him.
and how do you know that?
I assume because the Holy Mother guides me. And as the royal priest, I must uncover the truth for all to see.
Maybe this is just how Rayford expresses her sense of duty.
You're investigating this matter, are you not? Then rejoice.
God damn it, Rafa! Will you just leave me alone for 5 seconds? Seriously, we were having some quality Phoenix and Edgeworth time, and you just had to come strolling in and say, nope, I'm here now. Fun time's over, fuckers. You wanted to have some alone time? Well, too bad for you. Princess Rafa's here to ruin everything. It's the best news I've heard all day, Your Benevolence. No one would dare get in our way with Rafa by our side. We humbly accept your offer, don't we, Edgeworth?
As you wish, right?
Excellent, let's begin with our father's private quarters to be able to find some clues there. I shall expose this false charge for what it is if it's the last thing that I do.
Could it be? It's the reason she's so defensive, angry because she's a daddy's girl. Oh, really? Figured that all by yourself, did you, Phoenix?
Barthead, let us not waste any time. My father's private quarters are located within the royal residence. Now follow me.
Oh boy, I can't wait. Wait, she's sure in a hurry.
Right, the minister's private quarters may hold evidence related to his murder as well.
Yeah, maybe we can kill two birds with one stone. River's awfully fired up, and so she'll be ready for the truth that we find. She won't be. After all, it's hard to believe that Inga was not in full control of the whole affair. He was. Okay, anything you want to say? I wonder what actually happens if I say these.
So you've been here all this time. I wonder where you had gone.
Don't tell me you miss me, Edgeworth.
As if. The calls have been so peaceful without you around.
You make it sound like I have legal devastation in my wake.
Well, don't you?
I love these two so much.
Well, Wright, what do you intend to do now?
I was thinking, I want to help Apollo win this case, so why don't we try to gather whatever information we can?
You're quite a considerate boss.
Well, I kind of forced him to take care of the office in my absence, so it's the least I can do. Maybe I should have been saying that all throughout the entire series, because it seems like that was a nice little character moment between the two of them. So maybe we could have gotten more of those if I had actually said those things. Because usually, like, that didn't help me at all. Because, like, I always thought that the any idea / what to do button were things you pressed whenever you needed help. Like, hey Maya, I don't know what to do next in the investigation. Do you have any ideas for me? And then she would say, well maybe we should go check out this room at the crime scene, Nick. And then you would go do that. It's like, oh, that's a great idea. But no, that was just a character moment, so nice. I appreciate that. Anyway, where are we going? I got lost in thought thinking about Phoenix and Edgeworth. They're going to Royal Residence? Okay, let's go here. My May 18th, Grand Palace, Royal Residence. Now, if we can figure out which of these buildings houses Inga's private quarters. How about we start with the one with the giant gold lion in front of it? It seems like it would be a pretty good place to start. Is it... If I talk to you... Nope. I was hoping it was going to be different, but nope, it's still the same. Okay, well, I'm guessing it's going to be this house right here. Now, that's what I call an extravagant exterior. Is this where Inga's private quarters are?
Watch your step, Wright. The urn's been knocked over, spilling water everywhere.
Yeah, the ground's soaked. I wonder who did this. I think someone's in there. Is that Princess Rafa?
There are still so many things I wish to tell you.
She's always put on such a brave face, but hearing her cry alone, I can't help but think of Trucy. Please don't compare the two. Princess Rafa, are you in there?
Just a moment, I'll be right out. I see you are finally here. Well, let's commence our investigation, shall we?
Your benevolence, maybe you should rest for a minute first.
You were eavesdropping on me, weren't you?
No, I mean, yes, sorry, I couldn't help overhearing. It wasn't like I was spying on you or anything.
You stupid barbed head.
Ouch!
You could have feigned ignorance. It's as if your brain thermal filter shuts off the moment you step out of the courtroom.
I'm not that bad, Edgeworth.
Anyway, what took you so long? I thought you would never get here.
Oh my god, you're terrible! You're insufferable!
You have a lot of nerve keeping the Crown Princess waiting.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry.
This was my father's residence I have already unlocked, so you can go right in. Oh, and be careful, some dingbat dog got in the courtyard.
Is it gonna end up being Albie's dog? A dingbat dog?
That's right, yeah, the yappy mutts for the whole urn's worth.
I wonder how I got into this area. You know what it looked like?
I have things to do than memorize what some stray dog looks like. Anyway, it's not worth talking about. Let's search my father's room, shall we?
I hope she's alright. Okay, well, let's head inside Inga's private quarters. May 18th, Garon Palace, Inga's private quarters. What a mess. You can definitely tell a guy used to live in this room. I guess Inga and I had at least that much in common.
The staff keeps getting in the way. Pocket internet. Oh?
Huh? Where's pocket internet? Normally... she comes running whenever Rafa calls.
That's right, pocket internet is...
Pocket internet is what?
Oh, well, you barbed head. Come hold this staff for me.
Why me?
Just take it, it's too heavy.
Just put it up against a wall. And how does Nana put up with this all day? And then I'll sit over here. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for using your brain. Just put it up against the wall. Problem solved. Okay, let's talk.
Barbed head, I, the Royal Prince Reese of Karani, shall share my thoughts on the abduction.
Oh, I can't wait to hear all about it.
It's a careful for such opportunities do not come often.
Oh, what, the opportunity to hear you speak? Trust me, I think we've gotten way more opportunities than we deserve. Yes, of course, and I don't mean that in a good way. We'd be grateful to hear anything you'd like to share. What do we now?
My father was very likely seeking to obtain the Founder's Orb, but it was not for the purposes of a coup de grace. It was all for my sake.
For your sake?
The Founder's Orb is capable of bestowing great spiritual power. My father truly believed that. And he wanted the power to be mine. I haven't finished my training and I still can't channel spirits. He was doing it for me.
Right, I see.
Well, do you understand why I did it now?
I do, but it doesn't change the fact that Minister Inga was a kidnapper. But I guess you don't believe he is, do you? What?
What? We
caught him red-handed. What do you mean? You silly chicken. Was he really trying to obtain the oil for Rafa? Even if he was, it doesn't matter. He wasn't, I know that for sure, but still. One of Rafa will be performing the divination seance tomorrow. I should probably ask her about that. Why wouldn't she? Your benevolence, I noticed her pocket internet isn't with you today.
I know not where she has gone. I have not spoken with her since this morning. I assume she must have been quite blah, 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 blah. I did catch a glimpse of her a little after 2 o'clock. I tried calling out to her, but she went off somewhere again.
A little after 2? That's about an hour before the murder.
Indeed, of all the times for this to happen, she normally comes to me the moment I call her name.
I know it's hard to believe, but even nannies have lives, you know.
Your inability to find her after the murder is slightly alarming. One of her absences is related.
Of course it is.
Do you think she was unwillingly caught up in them?
Who knows? At the very least, I don't think she was at the scene of the crime.
Then I hope she's alright.
Rafa seems really worried for pocket internet. I take it you'll be conducting tomorrow's divination seance.
Who else if not I?
Good point. The thing is, divination seances are all about what victims experience in their final moments. So tomorrow, Rafa will experience her own father's death exactly as it happened. That's more than anyone should ever have to deal with. Do you really have to go through with the seance tomorrow? There's really no one else? What about just calling the whole thing off?
It's not as if I'm doing this because I want to.
No?
Never mind, I misspoke. Divination seance is a very important duty for the royal priestess, and it is one that I intend to fulfill.
It's that word, duty. Yes, it's annoying. This didn't really happen a whole lot in the original trilogy, but the more recent games have been very, very obsessed with the just constantly feeding flashbacks down your throat as if you have the memory of a 2-year-old. Performing the divination test is very important for priests, but duty not it's a heavy burden for someone so young. Even worse, she'll be forced to watch her father's murder. Will it be a weight too heavy for her to bear? Find out next time on Spirit of Justice. Episode just ends right now. Your benevolence says, has Nana served you long?
Yes, she has been in my beck and call for as long as I can remember. I have heard she even cared for me as an infant, right down to changing my diapers.
Your diapers almost sounds like she could be your mother.
Indeed, but that is a simple fact of life when your mother's busy being queen. Nana takes care of my every need. She is my teacher in all things as well.
Rafa's pool of knowledge seems rather lopsided in some respects. Could that be the result of Nana's teachings?
Nana, could it be that my trusted attendant has come to dislike me? Now that I think about it, perhaps I've been acting rather spoiled as of late? I think you mean the entire goddamn game.
I'm sure she'll be back.
I suppose Nana would never truly abandon me.
Bold of you to assume. Upon her return,
I'd like to do something nice for her. Perhaps she'd like a shoulder massage.
And yet, I can't shake the feeling that Nana's connected this case in some way. Alright, I guess we can actually start getting to investigating now. And the first thing that catches my attention is the fact that apparently he has a chair that's designed specifically after his wardrobe. That's not what I clicked on the chair, not okay. Nope, that must have been belonged to Inga. Let's see. Nana, purple hat, glasses, diamond-shaped tattoo on forehead, Dirk, long hair, eye patch, blue clothes, Phoenix Wright, spiky hair, blue clothes, pink necktie. Pretty sure it's red, but okay. That's strange.
These appear to be notes detailing people's most prominent characteristics.
Hey, there's even some stuff about me in here. Why would he bother doing this?
I'm afraid even I can't answer that.
Whatever the reason, he's giving me a case of the heebie-jeebies.
It's as though he was taking down descriptions of people over the phone. That's what it reminds me of, anyway.
What a brilliant action was fitting of a chief prosecutor such as yourself. I commend you.
That's high praise coming from you, benevolence.
Edgeworth's right, they do look like dictation notes, but I don't know. I mean, why bother describing Nana, who must have seen every day? Inga's notepad added to the court record. Okay, well, we can still examine the chair. This is what I wanted to examine in the first place. Let's do that. The chair looks like it was modeled after Inga's suit jacket.
This backrest even has those fancy buttons of his. I imagine they make the chair awfully uncomfortable to sit on.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's a fun time to sit on.
Actually, see the massage the pressure points in his back.
Those do not look like something which would they look like something that would cause you pain. No, they look like something that would cause pain, not fix pain. I wonder if it really worked. It probably didn't. I'd be willing to bet that it probably didn't. But so let me guess. If he had back pain, is that what this medicine's gonna end up being for? It's a syringe and a vial. Yep, called it. Not that that was hard to figure out, but called it. It was that bad, huh?
He must have been injecting some sort of painkiller directly into his back then.
Yes, my father said he'd back me, could knock him off his feet.
I know that feeling. I've experienced some very severe back pain of my own. Yeah, from bending over, of all things.
Well, we can't have you throwing your back out in court, so why don't you take a vial?
Oh, no thanks. I hear your body builds up a tolerance to that sort of thing. Painkiller shots ninja into pockets. Okay.
I thought you didn't want them.
I'm going straight to a chiropractor as soon as I get home. Alrighty then. What else can we look at? Oh, there's a safe. Of course there's a safe. Why? Look, there's a secret safe inside.
Oh my, I think such a thing was here all this time.
Rats, it's like we'll need the combination to get in. Okay. So, the combination's sitting around here somewhere? Great, good to know. I'm really beginning to wonder what's inside that safe. Any idea what the combination might be, Benevolence?
None whatsoever.
It looks like the 4-digit combo lock, so maybe it's a date. That's a conclusion you can reach. Probably not anything that would be easy to guess. We'll try some dates to see what happens. I wonder what date, well, if it'd be any of these things, it'd be Rafa's birthday, but when's your birthday, Benevolence?
You're wasting your time, it cannot possibly be my birthday.
Oh, come on, it's worth a shot.
Fine, it's my 24th.
Christmas Eve, well, let's give it a try. 12/24. Ah! It opened!
It did?
Yep, and it looks like the bottom safe was a fake.
Something mentally misleading would be thieves, no doubt. Still, it was rendered quite ineffective by his use of such an easily guessed combination.
Why, Father? Why my birthday?
This looks like a letter or something. Let's see. Dear Father, I wanted to wish you a happy birthday. You're always so kind. I love you very much. I hope you live to be 100 years old. Love, Rafa.
I wrote this to my father when I was 8 years old. Father, why would you hold on to something so childish and stupid?
There's some other papers in here. Gara and the assassins might once I poison the queen, the throne will be mine, the pierced power chain for the church will back up my claim. In the meantime, the secret police are to keep a close watch on Gara and this is the plan for the coup de grace. Hey, Rafa, remember that thing you said about 20 minutes ago about how I couldn't possibly be your father? Well, what do you have to say now?
I don't understand.
It seems just as Minister Ingle was plotting the assassination of the Queen.
This can't be true. Father would never harm Mother.
Poor Rafa, this becomes a terrible shock. What's this? There's a photo in here, too. It's of a woman and a baby. I wonder who they are. On the far left is a law book with the mark of the Defiant Dragons branded on it.
Wait, that's...
Your Benevolence?
How can this be?
Princess Rafa! No one cares. She's looking incredibly pale. Your Benevolence, are you alright?
Alright, how can I be alright?
Huh?
All I believed, it was all lies.
Afraid I don't follow. What the heck's she talking about?
How should I know?
Doesn't look like I'm gonna get much more out of her when she's like this. Woman's photo added to the court record. Okay, well, that was fun.
Mother.
Huh?
I must ask my mother about the secret she's hiding.
What secret?
I must go. Goodbye.
Great, that's fine. That you can leave me and Edgeworth alone here. That's perfectly fine by my book. The less we have to see of you, the better.
It appears this photo really upset her.
I wonder who the lady in the picture is. Albie! That sounded like someone spammed, like they had a soundboard in front of them, they just spammed the dog bark sound effect over and over again. Just spam the key. Ruff, 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 ruff. Wait, it sounds like Albie and Shadow. Or shit, whatever.
That's odd. Commoners aren't normally allowed in this area. I wonder what's afoot.
Well, let's go find out. Can I talk to you and say anything different? Nope, it's still the same. I wonder what happened. Like, I just want more Edgeworth dialogue. Can we just present random things to him until he says something?
It's ironic that the man tasked with upholding the law should end up breaking it.
Well, it's not like we don't have our fair share of that back home.
That doesn't make it the past. The worst offenders have already been removed.
Now you mentioned it, wasn't Gasp and Pain expelled? Ha! Get f***ed, Gasp and Pain! Na 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 na. You are terrible at your job. Finally! Finally! The backstory I've been waiting for all this time. Oh, sweet, glorious expulsion from the prosecutor's office. Yes! After all this time, I finally get the answer I've been looking for. Oh, so good. Ooh, so good. Oh, they kicked you out of your hometown and now you had to come prosecute here in a land in which there were no defense lawyers and thus no competition. Get f***ed, Gasp in Pain. Oh, that's perfect.
Yes, he was a particularly troublesome individual. I was shocked to see him resurface him quiet and with considerable sway, no less. Let's hope he doesn't end up making a mess of things here as well.
That's amazing. That's actually fantastic. Okay, let's keep presenting things because apparently the dialogue we get is amazing.
Still out as I see.
This is just the same thing as before. Okay, so apparently he doesn't have witty things to say. Okay, this is just the same as before. Okay, so maybe not everything has a wonderful line of dialogue. Okay, all right, I give up. That's about that. Is that even the last? Okay, we have. I mean, he might have something funny to say about this. No, he doesn't. Okay, never mind. I was wrong. Sorry I'm saying so long here, but I just want more Edgeworth dialogue. I want more scenes with Phoenix and Edgeworth, and we haven't been getting that at all in this game. So, I gotta soak up the most of what I can of what I'm provided. Also, if we go to the detention center, who's gonna be there? Anybody? Nope, literally nobody. Okay, great. Where are we going? I forgot. Roy residence. Right. Let's see Albie and Shadow. Ah, Edgeworth. Edgeworth is not pleased.
I hope one of you has a good explanation for this.
I'm so sorry.
Hi, Albie.
No, Shadow, bad dog, leave this man's frilly thingamajig alone.
If you will kindly detach your jaw from my cravat.
Right away, sir, just hold still and...
And? Stop pulling back, you already first the fabric.
Why, Shadow, let go of his cravat thingamajig. This didn't work, I'll have to pull harder then. 1, 2...
Wait, what are you?
I need air.
What are you trying to kill me?
I'm really sorry, mister. My dog has a habit of attacking frilly things like that.
Maybe for a sec he should stick to more traditional targets like cars or his tail.
What's worse, he snuck in here again and stole some weird hat-looking thing. I don't know what to do anymore. Bad dog, you're a very bad dog.
Wait a second, I've seen that hat before. Albie, could I see that hat again?
Sure.
Wait, isn't this... Yes, thanks. I didn't forget that it was her hat, I promise you.
Shadow spiked it from someone.
Albie, how was it that Shadow get this?
Allow me to explain. All started when we were on a walk through the bazaar today, when suddenly Dats popped out of a manhole.
Because of course he did. Great.
Whoa!
The fangs of the fire dragons. Dr. Roman is here. Say you enjoyed our coast, kid?
Huh? Actually, I was super startled by that weird such a sudden appearance.
Back dog of the Gary regime.
Huh? But this is my dog, Shadow.
Find your secret weapons. Dragon snot snaps. Achoo!
Whoa!
Oh man, look at the face, that was classic.
Oh, Dats, whatever will we do with you?
The sun thing and the firecracker spooked Shadow when he ran off into the crowds. Ah, Shadow, come back here.
Don't teach you Garen's lapdog.
You don't know anything you're doing.
No, that's not good.
So the policeman came running over and hauled Dats away. I have him right on 2 p.m. if I remember correctly.
I'm not even gonna pretend I know what Dats was trying to do.
She's right after Shadow, and when I finally caught up to him in the Plaza Court, he had this in his mouth.
2 p.m. That's about an hour before the minister's death.
Nada supposedly went missing after the murder, but this will take her here at the palace around 2. Albie's statement added to the court record. Alright then.
Actually, I just remembered I saw something pretty amazing around that time too.
Something amazing. And what was that something amazing? So Albie, what was it that you saw that was so amazing?
I saw even his Queen Garen channeling a spirit.
Is it really that big of a deal to see her channeling someone?
You bet it is. Commoners are never allowed to hold the sacred rite.
Oh, can you tell me more?
Of course, I'm always happy to explain. I believe it's around 2:10 p.m. today. I got lost on the palace grounds looking for Shadow. Oh, what is this place? It gives me the creeps. Where could Shadow have gone? In my search, I took a peek into a small room, and that's when I saw Queen Garen. She was channeling a spirit from a neighboring kingdom's king. I saw her transform right before my eyes. I was so excited, I had to take a picture of it.
You took a picture?
I know I shouldn't have, but I just couldn't help myself.
Between this and the treasure room, Albie's not exactly this picture of self-restraint.
We're channeling right into that right after that, so I ran off when no one could spot me.
You could have been arrested again, you know?
Yeah, I know. Anyway, here's a copy of the picture. Just don't tell anyone I'm the one who took it.
I worry about his future sometimes. Channeling photo added to the court record. Come to think of it, how did you and Shadow get into the royal residence anyway? It's not open to commoners after all.
How to explain? There's a way to get into the palace and bazaar. It's a bit of a tight squeeze, though. The Shadow can easily fit, but anyone bigger than me is out of luck.
You don't say.
That part of the palace wall is damaged, and there's a hole just I can make it through.
Go on.
I bet you didn't know they have some really tasty food here.
Oh? And this isn't your first time in here, huh? Trespassing's illegal, you know.
No, it's not like that. I didn't mean any harm. It's just, I want to help change this kingdom.
What do you mean?
Well, after his face trial, I started thinking, like, maybe there was something I could do to help the revolution, too.
The Minus trial, huh? The tragedy only happened because of how twisted Korian's legal system has become.
How utterly foolish to capture one's life for such a reason. There must have been another way to cover up the crime.
Yeah. It was all the right at Turnabout. Thanks. I got it. The DC Act led to the false charges against Maya and the High Priest's suicide. By that trial also caused the public to start questioning the current state of things, and it seems even Alvey has some pretty strong feelings on the matter.
I knew it had to be something I could do to help. That's when I remember the hole in the palace wall and started thinking, maybe I could sneak in and take a picture of one of the royals left no good. I just want to do my part. The spirit of revolution seems to be catching on, even with one so young. Right, the momentum is steadily building, and the tipping point is fast approaching. It's just a matter of when.
I agree, and the public's perception of the Defiant Dragon seems to be changing too. But Alvey, you can't go trespassing like that. Even if it's for a good cause, it's not right.
Okay, I won't do it again.
Alvey, is that really all you have to confess? You haven't been up to any other mischief, like perhaps knocking over that urn right there? And when I say you, I mean Shadow.
Huh? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Nice try, Alvey, but the proof is literally right in front of us. Yeah, all I just gotta do is just point right here, and there you go. There's your proof. Alvey, you wouldn't happen to know how this urn got knocked over, would you? Ah! Because our benevolence told me something rather interesting. Now you're flashing back to within the same episode. This is just ridiculous. The dingbat dog she mentioned wouldn't happen to be Shadow, would it?
Oh!
I guess...
Stop to the bag. Sorry, Light, but I'm worried to get in trouble. I know I shouldn't lie to a lawyer like that.
No, it's not gonna lie to anyone like that, so let's try to only tell the truth, okay, Alvey?
Okay, Mr. Wright, I almost forgot. I saw a couple of Americans a moment ago. They had really weird haircuts, so I thought they might be friends.
Apollo and Athena. But really now,
It seems your little friends think all of us Americans have strange hairstyles. I suppose we have you to thank for that, Mr. Wright.
So what exactly did their hair look like?
It was a guy with two crops of hair sticking out his forehead like antennae. It was this lady with a long bunch of hair that looked like a big orange spider leg.
Oh, sounds like Apollo and Athena. What were they doing?
They were racing to the bazaar with the guard royal heart.
Yup, that's... Okay, that's what I thought. Remember earlier when I said that, frickin' Garin sent assassins after them to take them, to silence them? Yeah, well, apparently that was correct, because now now the royal guard's in pursuit of them. Wait, what?
Why were they being pursued?
Because we told, Garin who they were. I'm not sure, but I haven't messaged them, but I just hope they're alright.
Sorry for bad mentioning before, it just kind of slipped my mind.
Okay, this episode was damn good. Oh wait, music? This episode was really strong. I mean, obviously, the fact that Phoenix and Edgeworth got to work together kind of made it better, but still, we learned some good information here. This was a really strong episode. Big fan of this part. So, hopefully that's not the last we see of Phoenix and Edgeworth in this game. I'd love to see more, so I guess we'll find out what happens in the future. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time to catch you all tomorrow for some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. Goodbye!